February 1st, we continue with the year of St. Joseph. We've heard so very many details and accounts of St. Joseph, from the Annunciation, when the angel of the Lord comes to him and tells him not to be afraid to take Mary into his home, for the child that was conceived in her and to be born of her is conceived by the Holy Spirit. We heard too of his searching diligently for some place for her to rest, as there in Bethlehem, for her to deliver her child. Also we heard continually the dreams that he had, where the angel leads him to take Mary and the child out of their home and to go to Egypt and to stay there until directed to return. We've heard also of his awe and wonder at the Magi presenting gifts. And we've heard too about his naming Jesus after 8 days at Jesus' circumcision. And as well, we heard when he presented with Mary the child Jesus in the temple to Simeon's great joy and Anna's immense thanksgiving. Today, we're going to hear about St. Joseph and Mary as they're returning from Jerusalem for the feast of Passover, when Jesus is 12. Unexpectedly and unbeknownst to them, Jesus remains behind. And it's been 1 day since they've been journeying, and at day's end, when they and the caravan make camp, they discover, much to their shock, their astonishment, their surprise, and their grief, Jesus is not among them. Let's listen to the rest of St. Luke's account of Jesus being found in the temple. Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, and his parents did not know it. But supposing him to be in the company, they went a day's journey. They sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintances, and when they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem, seeking him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were amazed at his understanding and his answers. And when they saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us so? Behold, your father and I have been looking for you anxiously." And he said to them, "How is it that you sought me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" And they did not understand the saying which he spoke to them. And he went down with them, and came to Nazareth, and was obedient to them. And his mother kept all these things in her heart. Obviously, there is joy in finding Jesus safe, secure, and in the best place to be found, the temple of Jerusalem. Joseph, though, doesn't speak, as we already understand. It's Mary who takes the helm, and with maternal love and relief that they have found their son, Mary says, as we heard, and asks Jesus, "Why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been looking for you anxiously." Let's focus on that particular part. Your father and I have been searching for you anxiously. There are many mystics and many theologians who feel and believe that at the Annunciation of Our Lady, when the angel Gabriel comes to her and announces she's to be the mother of the Son of the Most High God, these theologians and mystics conclude that Mary must have had everything completely revealed to her so that she would more easily be able to consent and to give her yes. There's no coercion in that at all. The Church has not definitively stated whether or not Mary had complete understanding or awareness of God's full plan. But nevertheless, what Luke tells us in the gospel passage we just heard is that Joseph and Mary are looking for Jesus anxiously. That human emotion, even fear, if you will, must help us conclude, I think at least, that neither Mary nor Joseph were given the full picture, if you will, of what Jesus would do and when he would do it. Yes, they understood that Jesus is the Son of God, conceived in the womb of Mary by the Holy Spirit. But nevertheless, they're human parents, and they love Jesus. He is their son. And they have promised to look after him, to watch over him, to protect him, to keep him safe. And he has gone missing for 3 days. Of course, they're going to be anxious. And if we truly read between the lines, we can understand that they don't have every reassurance that they will find Jesus. They're going on faith, even blind faith. Theologians have powerfully said that what Mary in particular experiences, because she will be at the foot of the cross, unlike St. Joseph, she experiences in advance what it would feel like when her son dies and is laid in the tomb for 3 days. It is 3 days that she and Joseph are seeking their son Jesus, their 12-year-old son. This is a foreshadowing and a foretaste of what Mary will experience herself with the loss of her son and the darkness of the tomb. And while she might believe that he will rise again, she does not have every reassurance of it. That again is an act of faith on her part. For Joseph, who will not be present at the cross because he will already have died, Joseph must have experienced immensely the loss of this son. And he must have experienced what it feels like for someone who will not believe in Jesus as the Son of God, as the promised Messiah. The darkness, the loss, the endless and seemingly aimless roaming around seeking for fulfillment. That must have been a special grace given to Joseph so that he would be also given the grace to intercede for everyone who is dying, that they might have a happy death, as he himself will have and did have. A happy death, having Mary and Jesus by your side. Saints in the making. St. Joseph, the patron of a happy death, teaches us that even though it is natural to have anxiety and human fear, we may trust wholeheartedly in God's love and in his mercy, and in the presence and intercession of St. Joseph at the moment of our death, as well as Our Lady and Jesus, that we might have a happy death, as St. Joseph himself was blessed to have. So let us, you and me, saints in the making, let us allow all anxiety, all human fear to dissipate and to be entrusted to God. And let us instead have complete faith and trust that, like Mary and like Joseph, we might seek Jesus and find him. And we can do that by making space for grace.